Many people think that you need to spend hundreds, if not thousands, to record any kind of professional, high-quality guitar sound. But this is far from the truth, and I'm guilty of this myself over the years, spending an unnecessary amount of money on gear because I was always forever searching for that perfect, professional, amazing sound. And after years of experimenting, I still believe that I haven't got there. But I do believe that my sound, my tone in general, is acceptable. And I'm going to share with you today my current recording setup, which I believe to be very affordable and accessible to most of you watching this video. So the things that you'll need to record guitars on a budget is obviously a guitar, a computer or a laptop, and the things that you're maybe less familiar with are an audio interface and a digital audio workstation. Now, audio interfaces range in prices, and generally you're paying for not only the quality, but also the speed of which it processes the sounds you make with your guitar. So in my experience, I can recommend two brands here. If you want something a bit more on a budget, then I recommend the M Audio Fast Track. And if you want something a bit more mid-range that's going to last you a long time, then I recommend the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So with this, you'll be able to plug your guitar into the audio interface and then your audio interface into your workstation. And then the last thing that we need to cover is a digital audio workstation. And essentially what that means is just some recording software. Now, you can pick up some free recording programs like Audacity. However, with free programs, your options are very limited and there's really not a lot you can do with your guitar sound. So I do recommend that you invest in something a lot more versatile here. So I use Logic Pro 10, which I think is amazing, and it actually comes with built-in amp models and pedals and things like that for you to play with. But if you don't have a Mac, then I recommend something like Cubase, Ableton, Reaper, or Pro Tools. So let's go to the computer now and I can show you how I record and develop some of the tones that I achieve across my videos. So I've just opened up Logic Pro on my Mac here, and the first thing it asks me is, do I want to record audio or a software instrument? It's got built-in drummers, external MIDI programs, guitar, bass, things like that. Now, essentially, what I just want to remind you here is that when you invest in software like this, you have so many options to choose from that you can do things like plug in a mini keyboard and create different kinds of instruments and synths to back up your guitar sounds. But to stay on the topic of the video, we're going to stick with an audio track here. So it creates an audio track, which I'm going to call guitar. And as I mentioned earlier in the audio effects here, Logic Pro comes with different amp designers here, and there are heaps of presets to choose from: clean, crunch, distorted. You can see different amp models that you can play with and change the dials for, and you can even arrange the mic position on the emulated cab here. So it gives you a lot of virtual freedom already to find a specific tone or sound that you're looking for. On top of this, you can also add different pedals on the pedal board plugin here. So again, by default, Logic comes with things like fuzz pedals, overdrive pedals, phase pedals, flangers, tremolos, auto wahs, delays, reverbs, EQs, all sorts of interesting stuff here. And again, you can play with all the dials just like on the amp models to sculpt that kind of sound that you're looking for. Now, I don't have that much experience using these amps and pedals because I actually use something called Bias Effects by Positive Grid. Now, Bias Effects is a dedicated amp and pedal simulator, which again comes with heaps of different amp models to choose from and the freedom to sculpt any kind of tone that you're looking for. And already you can see on the screen here a visual representation of what is in the effects chain. So I've actually already saved and sculpted a couple sounds that I already like, so I'm going to pull them up now and show you what they sound like. So here we go, this is my basic Bias Effects setup here. I got a boost pedal into a compressor, which is going into the amp model called a mellower, and then that goes into a reverb. Sometimes I activate the delay modulation, and if I need more overdrive, I've got a drive pedal here. But I'm just going to lay down a quick rhythm track for you to listen to what this sounds like. And here we go. There we go, nice and easy. Let's create another track below that, and I'm going to put some lead on top of that. So I'm going to take the same tone, but just activate the overdrive pedal, maybe put a bit of delay on as well. There we go, and I'm going to hit record here, and let's do something cool. we go. I think that sounds pretty cool. Let's listen to that again without the bias effects plugin. So that's actually quite entertaining to hear the difference between what looks like a blank canvas and then you add the bias effects and all of the other plugins that you may want to add to create something that sounds a lot cooler. So assuming that you already have a guitar and a computer that you're watching this video on, you would only need to invest in an audio interface and some recording software. And maybe you also want to invest in a specific guitar plugin like bias effects to help you achieve better guitar sounds. And lastly, if you don't already have them, perhaps you want to consider getting yourself a good pair of headphones. So there we go, that sums up the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you took something away from this. If you have any questions or comments, then leave them below. I'll see you in the next video.